Hello students. In the last video I told you about zoophily, that zoophily is the pollination through animals, fine, and various animals used as a pollinators like insects, birds, bats, snails, reptiles, arboreal, rodents, etc. Fine, and we have done with the pollination through insects. The pollination through insects is known as entomophily, fine, and today we will discuss about the pollination through birds and pollination through bats, fine. Let's do ornithophily. Ornithis means bird and feline means to love, fine. So ornithophily is the type of allogamy. Allogamy means the cross pollination performed by birds, fine. So pollination through birds is known as ornithophily. That means birds are the pollinator over here, fine. And the common birds, or you can say the common pollinators are these two birds like hummingbird and the sunbird, although other pollinators are also there like crow, bulbul and parrot, but these two are the most common pollinators, fine. And these birds are having very, these are small in size and they are having long beaks, fine. This hummingbird, this always does the pollination while hovering over the flowers, and sunbird doesn't doesn't do any type of hovering over the flower, but it does the pollination by hovering on the branches which will support the flower, or sometimes it will take rest on the flowers, fine. And there are very less number of the flowers which are pollinated through the birds. If we compare the ornithophilous flowers with the entomophilous flowers, these are very less in number, fine. We can say only 100 species of Australian plants are ornithophilous, fine, like bombyx, erythrina, agave, bignonia, fine. These all are the flowers which are pollinated by the birds, but still very less number of flowers are pollinated by birds in comparison to the entomophilous flowers, fine. Now let's study the characteristics of the bird's pollinated flower. First one is the flowers are very large. Secondly, the flowers are having bright color like red, orange, blue or yellow, and these flowers don't produce any smell, any odor, so the scent is often absent, and usually the floral parts of the flowers are leathery, but in some cases the corolla is funnel shaped, fine. And this is the most important point, that the flowers secrete abundant amount of the nectar as well as the edible pollen grains, fine. क्या मतलब है इसका, कितना नेक्टर प्रोड्यूस करते होंगे ये, फाइन. नेक्टर इज सिक्रीटेड इन सच एबेंडेंस दैट द ड्रॉप ऑफ इट कैन बी ब्रॉट डाउन बाय शेकिंग द ब्रांचेज ऑफ एरिथ्रीना. मतलब अगर हम एरिथ्रीना या किसी और फ्लावर की ब्रांचेस को सिर्फ शेक करते हैं, शेक करने से ही बहुत सारा नेक्टर ड्रॉप हो सकता है, फाइन. We know that nectar is mainly made up of sugar, and it is very interesting to know that a hummingbird may suck the nectar in a single day in such quantity as to have sugar equivalent to half of its body weight. मतलब ये जो बर्ड है हमारा हमिंग बर्ड, ये कितना नेक्टर कंज्यूम कर सकता है एक दिन में, जितना उसकी बॉडी का वेट है उसका हाफ, मतलब उतनी शुगर वो एक दिन में कंज्यूम कर सकता है, फाइन. सो दिस वाज अबाउट ऑर्निथोफिली. दीज टू आर द कॉमन पॉलिनेटर्स. हमिंगबर्ड डू द पॉलिनेशन वाइल hovering over the flowers, and sunbird alight over the shoots supporting flowers or occasionally rest over the flowers, fine. Other pollinators are also there, but these are not much common and very Few flowers are pollinated by the birds like these, and characteristics are flowers are large, brightly colored, no smell is there, floral parts are usually leathery, corolla is in some cases funnel shaped, and they produced abundant amount of nectar as well as the pollen grains. Fine. This was about ornithophily. Now next is the chiropterophily. See, chiropterophily. Chir means hand, pteros means wing, feline means to love, hand wing means the bat. That means it is the type of allogamy or the cross pollination performed by bats, and we know that bats are the nocturnal flying mammals. Nocturnal means which are active during the night, and they can transport the pollen grains over longer distances, even up to 30 kilometers. Fine. So now what are the characteristics of the bat pollinated flowers? Same as that of ornithophilous flowers. Flowers are very large, but flowers are dull colored over here. In case of ornithophily, flowers are bright in color, but here the flower are dull colored. Fine. And in case of ornithophily, flowers, they don't produce any odor, but here the flowers will produce an odor or the smell, and that odor may be of fruiting smell like or the fermenting smell. Fine. And they secrete more abundant nectar than the ornithophilous flowers. पहले ही ornithophilous flowers बहुत ज़्यादा नेक्टर प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, लेकिन ये बैट्स जो हैं, बैट पोलिनेटेड फ्लावर्स जो हैं, ये उससे भी ज़्यादा नेक्टर प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, और इवन पोलन ग्रेन्स भी. They produce more abundant nectar as well as pollen grains than the ornithophilous flowers. Fine. And the examples of the flowers which are pollinated through the bats are like Cagelia pinnata, which is known as the sausage tree, common name. Then Adansonia, called as baobab tree. Then Anthocephalus, called as the kadam tree. Fine. So this was all about the chiropterophily, but these two are not very much common. Entomophily is much more important and very common mode of cross pollination. Fine.